Can you guys hear me? I'm trying not to talk too loud, and I also don't want to use my mic because I feel like when I use my mic and I put it on my like sweater or something, it has like this static noise and I don't really like it. So that's why I'm not using it. So I guess I have to like really raise my voice, which I don't mind doing because I don't have any roommates in the house. And one of the reasons why I don't make cooking videos is because I don't want my roommates to see me making food, not necessarily making me food, but I don't want them to see me recording myself while I make food and like talking. I'm just really shy when it comes to doing the whole YouTube thing. So I feel like I'm more secure when I am by myself and I feel like I can really express myself the way that I want to and like say how I feel without worrying about who's hearing me. So it's really something, I would say it's sacred. I feel like the process behind it is a little sacred for me, but once I post it, then I don't mind if you see it. But like the making it, I'd rather you not see it until it's come together. But anyway, I'm gonna go get another tripod because this is making my back hurt from like bending like this. So give me 1 second. Okay, so I think this is a bit better. It still feels like it's a little too high. Let me put it like this. Is this good? Okay, I think this is fine. We're just gonna work with it. So anyway, so today we're gonna be making, I don't know. I don't like how that looks. Do I like it with the head like this? It's fine, whatever. Okay, so today we're gonna be making Nigerian fried rice. Now, as you can tell from the caption, from the title of this video, I didn't say how to make African fried rice because I'm still learning. It's been about 4 or 5 times since I've made it, and it's still not coming out the way that I want it to come out, but I just decided, you know what, let me just film myself because I really wanted to make a video. First things first, we're going to boil the chicken because we're gonna need the broth to make the rice, to boil the rice, and then we're also gonna cut up some onions and some green bell peppers. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out a way that you guys can see what I'm doing, like see me cutting and also like see my face. So I think maybe if I do this, I just hope it's not far enough that you guys can't hear me, but I think you guys can hear me because I'm not talking that low. Okay, so anyway, first we're going to cut the bell peppers. I really don't know how to cut bell peppers. I feel like I just kind of cut them however I want to cut them because at the end of the day, they're all going to be sliced and diced, so I might as well just do what works for me. And then we're gonna put that to the side and then take all the guts out. I really don't like taking guts out. I think it's just annoying. I don't like the whole like seeds and stuff in there that I gotta take out. And I'm also not that great at like dicing. So like when I'm cutting them and I have to cut them into like small cubes, I'm not that great at that either. You know what? I think I should cut the onions first so I can start boiling the chicken. That's what I usually do. Oh my God, see, recording the video is kind of fucking me up right now because I'm just like, anyway. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna like cut it in half. We're gonna use half to boil the chicken and then we're gonna use the other half for the vegetables. One thing that I think is super crazy about me making YouTube videos or TikTok videos, and I think I've said this a couple of times before, is that when I'm planning on making these videos, the way that I talk and the things that I wanna say, I can see it so clearly in my mind. And then when I sit in front of the camera and I'm making the video, all the stuff just kind of goes away and I'm just feeling like I'm left stranded. Like, you know, like the creativity, the energy just kind of left me hanging. I'm like, girl, where's all that energy? Where's all that vibe that you were giving before like I decided to sit down and make this video? And it's just so frustrating. But sometimes though, even when that happens, I still think the video turns out good. It's not as good as I thought it was gonna be in my mind, but I think I get pointers. I get like a round of applause for just even attempting to make the video, you know? And even me as someone who's gay, like I like perfection. I like my things to be perfect. If it's not a certain way, I don't like it. So like it's all about, and I don't even think it's like a gay thing. I think it's just a creative thing. Like if you're someone who's creative and like you like to create stuff, oh my God, I'm so scared because I cut my fingers the other day. If you're someone who likes to create stuff, then like you also can relate that like you like your stuff to look a certain way because like, people are gonna see it, you know? You don't want people being like, oh, that shit is trash. And like, even though at the end of the day, you should just not give a fuck if people think it's trash because the people who are sitting there criticizing, they're not even doing anything. They don't even know which one they want to do. At least you are trying. You guys are gonna have to follow me. Oh, this is gonna be such a bitch because I have to like do all of this at the same time. So I've been seeing on TikTok that people don't wash their chicken and they're like, oh, you don't have to wash your chicken. I don't even play like that. Like that, I don't even mess around with that. I wash my chicken every single time. I do not care. One time I thought about it, I'm like, okay, well clearly if other people are doing it, no, just because other people are doing it doesn't mean you have to join them. I'm gonna do it the way that I've been doing it because regardless, the chicken still comes out fire. So at first I didn't think I was gonna put all the drumsticks, but because they're not big, I thought I was gonna boil half of them for the broth broth and then I was gonna bake the rest, but it seems like the chicken isn't that big so it can fit into the pot. So I'm just gonna make all the chicken at one time because I'm also gonna make macaroni, but I don't know if I'm gonna make macaroni today or tomorrow. And I like to eat my macaroni with chicken. I just can't sit there and eat macaroni by itself. It's good by itself, but like you need some protein, you know? So now you can't really see. That's the fucking annoying part. Sorry about all my cussing. I cuss like a sailor. So now I'm going to add the onions into my pot of chicken that I haven't washed. That's crazy. See, cooking in front of a camera is not easy. It's like I'm doing so many things at one time. But that's the thing, like I feel like when it comes to me making videos and recording, I really enjoy the process because when I'm doing this, it's like the world stops. It's like everything is stopping, nothing's moving. The only thing that matters right now is like the present moment. And I feel like when we talk about being here and now and living in the moment, if I ever want to feel like I'm in the moment, I just have to pick up a camera and record myself. That's something that really puts me in like a certain state of mind. And so yeah, I really enjoyed that part of like making my videos. I should do it more consistently so I can have better results. I'm struggling, but I'm fighting because I am a fighter. Don't even get me preaching right now. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to turn on the stove and we can honestly put it either mid or high. I usually like to put it on high or mid because I'm boiling chicken and you don't really have to wait for the chicken to be fully cooked. You can just like boil it until you see some water and then you can put it in the oven to finish cooking because that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, the point of this is just so we can use the stock to boil the rice so it can give the rice flavor. I've been feeling so lazy. Like I feel like I'm depressed, but I'm not depressed. Like all I want to do is do nothing. And sometimes it really does affect me where it's like, oh, I can't just sit here and do nothing. Ooh, what the fuck? I don't know what that was, but it's like, yeah, I can't just sit here and do nothing. I have to do something, but it's like, what am I doing? Because it's not every single thing that I do that makes me feel good, you know? When I was in school, I'm like, I can't wait for school to be over, and then school's over, and I'm like, I can't wait to start school again. And I know some people will be like, okay, how about you try working? If I start working, I will be depressed. I might, like, yeah, I don't even know, because working makes me so sad. And I know you're gonna say, okay, well, that's just life. That's just how it is. I truly don't want to believe that. I really am an optimistic person, so I like to believe that we live in a world where you can have whatever your heart's desire, and your life, yeah, can have issues and it can be hard, but I feel like if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you will be given the tools to navigate whatever issues you're going through in life. That's what I truly believe. And I know some people will be like, no. I don't care what people think, which isn't necessarily true. I think I try not to care what people think, but ultimately I am human. So yeah, sometimes I'm gonna care what people think. But I think the trick is to care and still do whatever the fuck you want to do anyway. Because regardless whether you do it or you don't, people are already gonna feel however they feel about you. Like once people's minds are made up about you, it doesn't matter what you do. Like that's how they feel, and you can't do anything to change that. People are just gonna feel how they feel, and although it's hard and it sucks, you just kind of have to keep it moving, keep it pushing, do what you gotta do to survive and live your life, because at the end of the day, you're the one living it. No one is gonna live this life for you. So you gotta do what you gotta do to make life worth living, even if people don't understand. I'm currently watching this gay TV show that came out in like the early 2000s, and I'm so annoyed because I'm like, where was this show when I was needing guidance? Like, the show is so freaking good. It's super explicit though, so like definitely well, I don't want to say you shouldn't be watching this under the age of 18, because I feel like when I was under the age of 18, I knew a lot of things that like I shouldn't have known, but I think the show would have been helpful because it would have given me a bit more understanding of what I was dealing with at the time. But here's the thing. Once I start watching TV, my day is done. So when it comes to me watching TV, it really has to be calculated, and I really have to plan when I'm gonna watch it and how long I'm gonna watch it for. I watched like 3-4 episodes this morning, and then I binged a whole lot last night. Like I didn't go to sleep till like 1 a.m., even though that's not kind of late. So today I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna watch it until I make this video, I edit this video, and then I'm not gonna eat till like 6 or 7 because I'm kind of fasting. So when I'm finished finish fasting at like 6 or 7, that's when I'm gonna watch it, because I like to eat and watch TV at the same time. I don't like to like sit in silence while I eat. Next things next, we are going to cut up, oh, you know what? Okay, at first we were gonna cut up our bell peppers, but I think what we're gonna do now, make the rice. We're going to wash the rice because I don't want a situation whereby like everything is like, oh, I boiled the chicken and now I gotta wash the rice and then put, yeah, no, I think I'm just going to wash the rice now because it's not gonna take a long time to boil the chicken. And I don't know how to measure rice, which is crazy because I've been making rice since I was a child, you know, but when it comes to measuring rice, I'm not that great at measuring. And when I've been making the fried rice, I always end up having way too much rice. I think that's gonna be enough. I think it's best that I make less than I usually do, even if I'm gonna have like too much of like vegetable or whatever the case may be. Fun fact, right? I usually use Uncle Ben's rice, but I was like, you know what? Let me get a $2 bag of rice, even though it's gonna be the same size, but the only difference is like this rice is no name brand, right? It's like Walmart. And I'm like, well, let's see what the difference is. I was just thinking like, how bad could it be? This rice is really bad. And it just shows me that sometimes quality is better. It's not about quantity, quality. You should just close your eyes, even if it's $6, whatever, just buy what you know. Because I was just like, oh my God, $7 for a bag of rice? This is $2. And now I just learned my lesson because this rice, I think that's why it's making me question if I'm really good at making fried rice or not, because the rice is super mushy. Uncle Ben's rice isn't like that. It has like a really hard, it takes a lot for the rice to be soft like that. And this rice, it's making me question like, do I even know how to make rice? Sometimes quality is best. You should buy quality. I think I'm gonna make the macaroni and cheese tomorrow, just so it gives me something to do. But if I make the macaroni and cheese today, then I'll have another video idea for tomorrow. And I think the only reason why I don't want to make the mac and cheese video today is because I'm lazy. If I'm not doing something I like to do, then I would consider myself lazy. I just don't want to do certain things. Like, oh, I'm not even going to put this part into the video because I don't think people understand. Well, I do think some people understand, but I think there are most people who don't understand. Like, you just want to work all day, every day and do something. Like, you just want to do stuff every single day. You don't want to chill. Like, hell no. Yeah, so you have to put like a lot of seasoning in this because you want the chicken to really get it. Like, I don't like flavorless chicken. I really like my chicken to be seasoned. So I'd rather it be more seasoning than less seasoning. Okay, so I'm gonna put it like mid because it's really high. And this is the amount of rice that I washed. So I really think hopefully it'll make it better because the rice rises. So you have to keep that in mind, that rice rises. Okay, so now I have to cut up stuff for the vegetables. I'm using like the frozen veggies. That. Yeah, I really don't, I'm not good at cutting bell peppers. And I cut my hand the other day cutting them. I've been making this a lot actually, but that's because like it saves me from ordering out, believe it or not. All this ingredients that I bought was probably like $30 in total. And if I were to DoorDash food, it would probably be like $25, depending on what I get, maybe even 30. And this could last me like 3-4 days. But imagine if I'm DoorDashing like that every single day, that's insane. And I went through this like long, like break of not DoorDashing because I was cooking a lot, and for some reason I don't even know what happened. I think it was like when I was working, my schedule was like fucked up and I started DoorDashing again, and it was just like no, absolutely not. I hate dicing things. I'm just not good at it. Okay, so I am done dicing the green onions, and honestly, it's not bad at all. So now we're gonna cut the regular onions. Hopefully it'll come out just as pretty as the green onions did. Or I mean the bell peppers did. I keep forgetting to buy green onions. I forget that my mom adds green onions to hers. Oops. But the thing about my fried rice is the only reason why I don't think it's coming out the way that I want it to is because I'm trying to make it like how I'm trying to compare it to like how my mom's would come out. And the rice has flavor. Like the seasoning is never the problem. It's usually just the texture of the rice. It's either super soft. Honestly, it's always like really soft. So I think I need to stop cooking it for so long. But seasoning, the flavor is always there. Like that's never the problem. Oh my God, here we go. It's already giving me a hard time. Ooh, I think this is, the cutting is coming out really well. I gotta hurry up so I can drain this chicken. Ah, my eyes, my eyes, my eyes, my eyes. Oh! Oh. Onions is like a hit and miss. Like sometimes you can cut onions and you won't feel it, but then other times you cut onions and it's like, oh my God, what is up? Maybe that's how you know it's like super fresh onions. Like when that shit is making you cry, that's probably how you know that shit is real good shit. Okay, so I have my onions sliced and diced. Okay, now that the onions is sliced and diced, we're gonna do the chicken. We're gonna start getting ready to bake. Oh my God, I forgot that I put the oven on. I almost grabbed this shit with my hands. So I like to wrap my pans in tinfoil because I don't want my pans to look super used and abused. Oh my God, that is hot. I should have took this shit out before. Yeah, I should have. This is why I don't like to make cooking videos, because I feel like it's just so unorganized. Maybe it's because the way I'm doing it, but I feel like this should be so unorganized. Why does this look like this? So yeah, now we're gonna bake it, and the chicken is literally not even fully cooked, but that's okay because we're gonna bake it. I feel like this chicken is gonna be really good. If there's one thing that I know how to like cook well with my eyes closed, chicken. I love chicken, especially drumsticks. Like people are like, oh, I like wings. No, I love drumsticks. I feel like there's more like chicken in it. And I like the end of the drumstick. Like, oof, I just love drumsticks. Put this in the oven. Now that is gonna bake. Now while that is baking, what I usually do with the chicken stock when I put it in the oven, after I take the chicken out and put it in the oven. So what I usually do with the chicken stock is I would drain it because there's like onions and stuff in here. But I think I'm going to try to cook the rice with the onions that I use straight out of the chicken stock. So what I'm gonna do is just add the rice. I honestly don't know if this rice is enough. But then I always say that, and then it's too much rice. Oh, I feel like this video is so trash. But every single time I say that, the video comes out pretty decent. So I'm gonna just have a positive mindset about it. So we're gonna put that on mid-heat, and then we can start getting ready to cook our vegetables. So I like to add hot dog links in mine. Some people like to do shrimp. My mom does shrimp or liver. I personally don't really care. I don't feel like making shrimp. Shrimp is expensive and I don't like liver. You could use gizzard too, but gizzard is a lot of work. I don't have time for that. Fried rice is actually super easy to make. The next thing I'm gonna start working on is my jollof rice. But the thing is, I don't have a blender yet. So when I get a blender, then I can work on doing that. But right now, we just gonna have to stick with fried rice. And I also feel like jollof rice is a lot more work than fried rice. Like I feel like if I'm making jollof rice, I'm making jollof rice for like maybe 2 weeks. Like it has to be a lot, so I don't have to keep making that shit. You can't see, sorry guys. Sorry. So we're gonna use this saucepan right here. Then we're going to add some oil to fry the veggies. This is what I use. So right now what I'm doing is I'm seasoning the onions and the bell peppers with the sausages because you also want it to have like flavor into it. Honestly, I can do this in the fry pan. I'll just do this in the fry pan. Says he's gonna do it in the fry pan, but yeah, he keeps doing it anyway. Sorry. What I usually like to do is cook and clean at the same time, but I don't think I'll do that. I can do that right now. I feel like if I were to start cooking and cleaning, something's gonna burn. But I will do what I can. I'm just not someone who can eat while everything is dirty. Like I feel like in order for me to enjoy my food, shit has to be clean. That way I know when I'm finished eating, the only dish I even have to worry about, and depending on my mood after I'm done eating, I might just wash it as soon as I'm done, is the dish that I ate with. That's the only dish I want to be in the sink when I'm done cooking. I honestly think I'm gonna make the mac and cheese video tomorrow. So right now what I'm doing is I'm frying the onions and the bell peppers. So hopefully I'm gonna keep you guys at a distance and hopefully you guys can see, because I don't wanna like keep bringing you back and forth. And I also don't wanna keep adjusting this thing. It's kind of annoying. I don't know what's been up with me recently, but every time I'm eating something, I always have to add pepper, which is crazy because growing up, I did not like pepper at all. So now every time I'm eating something, I'm like, oh my God, no, something's missing. And I'm like, oh, I think I need to add some pepper. So I've been eating a lot of pepper flakes, fresh red pepper or whatever they call it. So now all we have to wait for is the rice, because that is ready. I think I put way too much water in this rice. I just hope I can control myself and not eat till like 6 or 7. Because it's hard for me to cook and not eat it instantly. So like, I just hope. Oh, this rice is taking forever. Oh, this is so long. Okay, so I fucked up the rice, a little too soft again. The quantity is the right amount, but it's just too soft. I put way too much water, but you know what? It's fine. I feel like the flavor is there. I think I also added a little bit too much pepper, which is also fine because at the end of the day, I'm gonna eat it regardless. I don't care. As long as it's not too salty or whatever the case may be, it's edible. So right now, I'm just gonna add the vegetables in there, give it a good mix, because baby, I am tired. This rice took forever to boil for some weird reason. I think it's literally because I put way too much water, but it's fine. It's fine. And now it's all mushy and it's like giving old people food. Like, girl, this is food for newborn baby. I feel like I need to let it dry. Maybe even add some butter in there. I don't know. I think the chicken is perfect. I don't like it when it's too dry. I don't like my chicken dry. Oh, this is heavy. I don't want it to spill. Perfect. The chicken is done. Come ahead and take a look. I said come ahead. This is how the chicken is looking. Always perfect, like I said. Always a 10 out of 10. The rice, on the other hand, you will not believe what this rice looks like. Mushy. A for effort though, honestly. The seasoning is always there. Seasoning is never a problem. And it doesn't also taste like the rice is too done. I feel like I just need to never buy this rice again, but I am gonna finish it. Okay, it's not bad. I'm trying to show you the best I can, but this is what it looks like. Honestly, the rice isn't bad. It's just not the way I want it to come out, okay? It just doesn't look the way I would like it to look. But other than that, pretty decent. I would give it a 7 out of 10. It's only a 7 out of 10 because it tastes good. It just doesn't look great. Because it doesn't look bad, it just doesn't look great. 7 out of 10. So we got a smile for a thumbnail. One of the worst things I hate about YouTube is making a fucking thumbnail. I hate thumbnails. Like, oh, let me just edit my video, record my video, edit it, and post it. Why do I gotta worry about a thumbnail? Why can't y'all just trust that it's gonna be a good video? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. It is hot as hell in here.